And we are live. Go Sounders, go
Yes,
Sounders.
sir.
Gonna wait for some people to get in the chat. By the way, where are the seats that you're sitting at for Botafogo?
They're like looking in the corner, by the north end.
The north
Um,
end.
yeah.
Gotcha. Did you? So you got those super late, right? Did you have them? Like, did you just go on and once we said like, "Hey, can go to this game," you just went on and bought them, or did you
Yeah,
get them from like your
yeah.
family?
I was like waiting to see
Okay,
what I needed to do because I'm trying to save some money, but it's all good.
gotcha. Yeah, I wanted to go to that, but I couldn't. So I'm just gonna go to Atleti
Okay.
and
Yeah,
yeah.
that'll be a good game.
Let's go.
Um,
All right. I can tell. Oh, okay. Okay, this is good. I can tell you everything about
oh,
Botafogo. Listen,
exciting stuff.
we got a little bit of stuff, but I mean, if you're a Botafogo fan, you most certainly know more than we do, so that'll be interesting. Stu Hawk's on the channel. He is in fact on the channel.
Yeah.
We got him. We got an hour with him to give us the
hmm
full breakdown of our opponents. So got to make this count. But by the way, it's Taco Kid, the GOAT. Welcome back.
What's up, man?
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we are doing just a quick live stream. A day out from the Club World Cup, the Sounders kick off at home against Botafogo. Listen, we got the, pregame jitters 1 day out from kickoff. Listen, we got a few things to talk about today. First, we're just going to do a quick uh, preview of the match, Sounders versus Botafogo. We're going to look into Botafogo's lineup. Apparently, we got a Botafogo insider here, Roca. So, listen, that's going to be helpful. We're going to talk about a few things surrounding the Sounders at the Club World Cup. So, we got like our injuries, we got the whole fair share now, the Club World Cup pay to talk about, and much more. And then listen, we're just gonna hang out with you guys for a bit, just to see how everyone's feeling a day out from the match. So, all right, let's see here. No, I just followed the Brazilian League Center Red Blood. Okay, well, hey, listen, bro. Look, any sort of honestly, any sort of info is will be greatly appreciated. But listen, you guys know me, and usually I'm on here with either Cheyenne or J Ross. But I'm not on with either today. I'm on with a new face. I'm on with Colin, who's finally been able to appear on one of our live streams. He's also a part of RGTV. He's been super busy for the last few weeks, so it's good to finally get him on the channel. He does resemble Stuart Hawkins.
Never heard
Welcome,
that one
Stuart.
before, but yeah, I guess. I mean, I think he's pretty attractive, so that's a good thing, I guess.
You haven't heard that one before?
No, I haven't. I don't know.
I mean, honestly, like I see it. I see it 100%. You look like a mix of Stewart and Reed, Baker Whiting, kind of
Interesting. Interesting.
a little bit, yeah. But yeah, we got Colin here. So Colin, introduce yourself. Say what's up.
What's up, guys? I'm Colin. I've been watching Sounders since like 2013, 2014. Been a big fan. Been on some fan cams a few times. Known Cheyenne for a while. So yeah, excited to be part of the content creation team here and cover the Club World Cup. I'm gonna be at the Botafogo game and PSG game, doing some vlogs and fan cams and stuff. So it's gonna be pretty fun. Yeah.
Yeah. So for the Club World Cup, guys, like Colin just said, we got fan cams at every single game. We'll have a fan cam for Botafogo, Atleti, and PSG. So if you guys are at any of the games, go ahead and pop out. Colin will be at Botafogo. I will be doing the fan cams for Atleti, and I think also Colin's doing fan cams for PSG as well. So if you guys are watching and you're going to the game, we would love you guys to show up at the fan cams, give your takes of the game, your opinion or your opinions, just about anything, man. Just go ahead and show up, and it's going to be a good time. We'll also have vlogs for each game as well, and then also we will be doing live watch alongs. So if you're not going to the game and you're sitting at home and you want to watch with the great Cheyenne, you can also do that. So we got a whole lot of content for you guys. So we're super excited. Um, but yeah, let's kick things off here. So obviously we're a day out against Botafogo, and we also need to put something up on the screen here. We're gonna take, by the way, mix of new
I,
Jim.
I don't know if I see that one personally, but
You don't see that one?
no,
Uh,
I don't know.
oh, that one feels like, honestly, I think that's the best one yet, to be honest. All right, so first we're gonna talk about. We're gonna make it smaller here because we are in the way. But I want to talk about Botafogo's just lineup here. Um, listen, I'm not gonna say I know much about Botafogo, but this is the last lineup that they played with, and apparently this is most of their starting 11. But they're also missing a few guys from here that'll probably start. Um, at the 10 spot specifically, they got Jefferson Severino, which if you guys have been watching MLS for a while, he was a designated player for Real Salt Lake. He would be there. And then Alex Tellez, one of their key players. I mean, if you guys watch European footy, you guys know he had that great stint at Porto, went to Man United, kind of didn't do the best, but he's here for Botafogo and he's been playing great for them. So then we also got in the midfield, we got Gregor from Inter Miami. He was from Inter Miami. He's a designated player for them, one of their first. So we got a couple familiar faces, but other than that, like there is quite a few guys here that we wouldn't necessarily know. But yeah. So what do you make of this lineup from them, Colin?
I mean, I don't watch much Brazilian league, if any, so I don't really feel like I can speak too much on it. But obviously, I think they're eighth in the Brazilian Premier League right now. Got some good looking players. It's look, they conceded 7 goals so far. I don't know if we're scoring on them, to be honest, with our mean strikers of Danny Masovsky and Jesus Ferreira. Um, but it'll definitely be an interesting game to watch for sure.
So I mean, I feel like this. Honestly, we both probably know the answer, but listen, Atleti, PSG, top European sides coming off of big seasons. Likely they're going to rest a lot of their players. Do you see Botafogo taking a similar approach, or do you think they're just going to go all out, like best lineup, and go really gun for it to try and get out of this group?
I think it's going to be something similar to what we're doing. They're going to try to put out their best lineup because it's a lesser known league, I guess. So they want to put their name out there. They want to put themselves on a global stage to show that they can compete with these European teams. I think that's what we should also be trying to do as well. Whereas the European teams have obviously proven themselves. PSG winning the Champions League, Atletico has been hugely successful. So I think they will play their starting lineup for the most part.
Yeah, I think so too. I think honestly, like obviously Atleti and PSG have all the talent in the world, but listen, if they're sitting some guys and they've just had a long season, like Botafogo could really make a push to like get out of this group. Honestly, like if you told me that PSG topped the group or Atleti topped the group and Botafogo came second, like I wouldn't be like all that surprised. It'd be an upset for sure, but I don't know about you, but I wouldn't actually be that surprised.
Yeah, I mean, I think it could happen. It's definitely a possibility. If Atletico or PSG is resting starters, who knows what could happen?
Yeah, JP to start. Listen, that actually would be kind of gas, bro. A little bit of a revenge game. If you guys don't know, we got JP from Botafogo on like a $2 million transfer fee or something like this. But I doubt it. Honestly, I think because you gotta look at it. Christian's gonna start because he's the rock in the midfield, and the Club World Cup is like this is like prime opportunity for an Obed Vargas like showcase. So I see him playing all three games, pretty much 90 minutes in all three. Um, so yeah, I wouldn't see JP to start. He is a bit cooked a little bit, for being honest. But yeah,
Yeah, definitely getting up there in age, and I think we're definitely going to want to put Vargas in a spotlight, and try to show him off, I guess, to the bigger clubs of the world and see if we can get something out of him.
We talked about this a little bit in a video and I think a live stream too, but basically we brought up like who do we think has the biggest like who could increase their value the most at the Club World Cup, who has the best chance to do so, and who do you think will do that? Since we didn't have you for that, who do you think could increase their value the most, or has the potential to increase their value the most?
I mean, I think Vargas is definitely the obvious pick there. He's young. He's been up and coming for a few years now, and I think this could really be a chance to show himself against some very quality opponents and see how he does against some teams that aren't, MLS level, and how are actually like very good clubs.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that was basically all of our picks. That was the chat's picks as well. Um, Honestly, I think a sneaky pick for me would be Jesus Ferreira because he's going to get a lot of opportunities here. And if you looked at like when we brought him in, his interviews with the club, like the whole goal for bringing him in was so that he could kind of revive his career and make him and jump ship to Europe pretty much. So with Jordan Morris being effectively out, and it just basically it's him and Masovsky. I guess Osase is kind of in the mix too, but basically it's Ferreira and Masovsky, and Ferreira his last game scored a goal, so I would see him starting most of these games, and he's also like 24, I think. So he's
Yeah,
not like
he's pretty young still. I mean,
yeah, I
compared to
mean
some of our other players, for sure.
yeah, he's not like any. It's not like a wonder kid or anything kind of age, but he's still like right before about to enter your prime. So I could see him like if he can bag even a goal or just look really good, maybe that could get some European eyes back on him. But we'll see.
Yeah,
Botafogo's going for it all. That's kind. I mean, that's kind of what I figured too. And it's not like they've played an entire season. Like they're still definitely. What? Are they in the middle? Uh, Are
yeah,
they in the
they're.
middle or towards the end of their season?
I think it was what 14 games played is what I was looking at.
I thought they
Or
were like
11.
in the.
Yeah, so still got a ways to go left. But
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, they're kind of in the middle of the season. Yeah, so they're kind of in a similar spot to us. So they um will definitely be going all out. And I also think like even if it was towards the end, I still think they would go all out because they kind of want to show like Brazilian footy and show it on display, show them, or I guess show the world how good they are. Um, Obed, De La Vega, Kalani. Yeah, De La Vega, that was also a big talking point too. De La Vega, I mean, the whole reason we brought him in was like, hey, you come here, you build your career with us, and then we sell you for a profit. That's kind of how it looked to me, that signing. And this is the biggest opportunity he'll get of his career. So, and then Kalani, that's a shout, That's a
I
shout.
I actually think that's a good pick. I think he's been performing really well. I'd argue he's been better than Alex. So yeah, I
I
mean we
don't
could see it.
I don't think he gets iced out. I don't think he gets iced out of the because I mean obviously Brian does like to play generally speaking the same lineup, but I think Kalani's worked himself in to the rotation.
Hmm.
So I honestly think like he'll start one of the games at least, and then listen, man, if he shows out, could be. I mean, I could see that. I could see that for sure. I see Atletico and PSG running reserve players. Yeah, that's kind of what I think too. I think they'll run the reserves, and then you'll get like probably a Desiree Douay. You know, he'll probably pop in. Speaking of popping in, we got Cheyenne. Welcome. Was not expecting you to pop in, but here we are.
I do what I gotta do. I saw you guys were live, so I had to daddy up and do what
Yeah,
I had to do for society.
just helping us out.
What are we talking about here? What's the dealio?
Yeah, so basically we were talking about I'm trying to fix this, dude. Um basically we were talking about the discussion of like who's could increase their value more at the Club World Cup, and we were talking about because obviously we had our Obeds and our Pedros we talked about. I brought up Ferreira, and then we got Roca bringing up Kalani. What do you think about that? Do you think Kalani could be like a sneaky value increase if things go well?
Kalani is an interesting duck this season, in my opinion, because I think he's actually been a very underrated player for us, and he's kind of reaped the benefits of our team kind of just being mid.
1 second. Sorry, I'm in the middle of something.
Bro, you got to mute your mic, Colin.
My fault. My fault.
The thing is, I don't know if you guys brought up too, when it comes to Botafogo, we mustn't forget as well, Joaquin Correa is also joining them too. So
Is
that's
that confirmed?
another piece that they've added on to their attacking line. In my opinion,
Okay.
this is the game Botafogo is going to come out and make a statement in.
Yeah.
And the thing is too, as much as people want to think Real, Atletico, and PSG might not put one of their best lineups out, there is a world, and I know, let me cook here for a second, where PSG might put out their strongest lineup against us, and let me explain. Let's say they lose game 1 against Atletico. Let's say they win or draw against Botafogo. That leaves them with 1 or 3 points, and that's still not enough to get out of the group. And who's game 3 against?
That is true. It is against us. But do you think they'll be confident that we're so much weaker than everybody else that they're like, let's just roll
I
out
don't know,
this name
man.
reserve
We've
guys?
seen what was it like just like a year ago? Remember when PSG played against like some third, I think it was Paris FC. PSG lost to Paris FC in the Coupe de France.
Yeah. I think
Yeah,
so, yeah.
so it's like, I don't know. If I, especially with them, especially with this being a series tournament, now they're Champions League winners. There's expectations behind it. So I don't know. It's this Botafogo game, honestly. One thing I want to touch upon too is Inter Miami got a draw against Al Ali. They had a very solid performance. Could have maybe won it. Al Ali also definitely could have won it. In my opinion, this has to be the big game for Seattle. They have to come out and do something because it's not going to get any easier. And I'm not saying this game is it's not that easy too. And Roca brought up a point. Correa is already with the team training and whatnot. So it's like, I mean, Brody talked about in his preview, Igor Jesus, really good attacker, Correa, Gregor, I forgot what the other guys, Guimaraes, I don't remember what his name was, his first name, but nonetheless, like, it's a good team, and I'm interested to see how we line up, and we can talk about that a little bit later on in the stream, but I'm a little worried for Seattle in this game against Botafogo, but I will say it seems like Botafogo are having a little bit of a championship hangover. I don't know if you guys talked about it. I mean, they're in 8th place right now. Granted, the Brazilian League is a tough league. It's not an easy league, and it's still earlier in their season. And that, again, another advantage for Seattle. We're halfway through our season. They're just starting their season.
Yeah. And you know what probably worries me the most? We'll talk about it more, but it's our center backs. Honestly, it's defending inside the box for me. And Yamar Gomez Andrade picks up another injury right before he was potentially about to come back. I believe 3 to 4 weeks with the calf injury. So that back line's going to be Reagan and John Bell, most likely.
I think Kim's back.
Kim Ki-hee is training, but you got to remember he is older, coming back from a muscle injury. So I don't know if they put him back right away. I hope so. I fucking hope so.
Our back line's cooked. It has to, for once, we actually need our offense to offense.
Yeah, which is the biggest problem of this team. But yeah, I mean,
now my question to you guys is, who do you start? Would you start Ferrer or Musovski?
Calling go.
I mean, Musovski obviously is in form. I guess he was scoring a decent amount of goals. Granted, they were all kind of tap ins. But I think we do have to start Ferreira here. I just think he's 24 years old. It's a good chance to put him out there, and I think he can, provide a little more support. I guess to our midfield.
For me, it's not even about who fits the system better. It's not even about Musovski's Linsani run, and
Okay, by the way, everyone, you also chime in with what you think would be the best option for the Sounders too. Everyone drop Musovski or Ferreira.
I'm not looking at it from the standpoint at all of who's going to give us the better chance to win. I'm looking from a standpoint of we've sunk a lot of resources into Jesus Ferreira for tournaments like this, for him to play, for him to hopefully play well and show out so we can ship him on. That is the whole reason why he came here. He basically alluded to it in almost every press conference when he was asked about it. He wanted to come here, revive his career, and then go abroad. This is literally one of his only chances, to be honest with you. At least his biggest chance of making that happen with Morris. I mean, if Morris even comes back, he's not going to play, or he barely will play.
I wouldn't play Morris at all in this tournament. It's not worth it.
Yeah. So,
but knowing Brian,
bro, he probably if Jordan Morris is available to play any minutes, he'll probably see minutes. But
which that's really stupid in my opinion. But
yeah, in a tournament that we're likely going to get blown out in, because you have to think, anyways. Like,
hey, but dude, don't forget Jordan Morris, his resale value.
His resale value
resale value.
Maybe
Speaking
a couple
of
seasons
that.
ago. Yeah, but no, I'm all the way starting Ferreira. I think by far the biggest return that this could give us as a club. So
yeah, I don't give a rat's cheeks about returns. I think if you want, I'm with Seattle Raymond. I would start Musovski personally. I would start him, even if you think they're tap-ins, whatever. I mean, we glazed Jordan Morris for tap-ins too. I mean, I don't know what to say. I would start Musovski.
Fan, but I don't know.
I glazed Raul for tap-ins, man.
No, that's different though. But okay, Raul's tap-ins were different types of tap-ins. But
goal.
I would start Musovski personally. I'm not thinking too much about resale value. I only really think there's only like 3 players we could get good resale value off of. And that's Pedro, because there's already rumors about him. Botafogo's interested. And maybe PSG and Atletico, as Craig wanted to throw them in the loop for this. But obviously it's Botafogo that are interested in Pedro. Georgie has some interest as well. And Obed obviously has some interest. Those are the 3 guys I think you got to... Those are the ones you look at for resale value. Ferreira, I don't know, man. Like, if he was going to go to Europe, I think the ship has sailed a little bit for him. I don't think it's going to happen now. Even if this guy drops an absolute masterclass against Botafogo, I don't think, I don't know. I just can't see it personally.
I think that would actually give him a route to go back, because he wanted to leave. The only reason he didn't go to Europe was because the league blocked the transfer.
Yeah, but
Russian
league really even Europe anymore? Like, even I can admit,
just regardless, being sold out of our team.
But it's because he was going to make a bag playing for Moscow. I don't think it has anything to do with him going to Europe or anything. I don't think Ferreira has the ambitions to go to Europe.
I mean, that's what he was saying, man. I guess he could be. I think
Blood's waffling.
Happen, but yeah,
I think he's waffling.
Yeah, but I still think for me, it's like you got to see it through type of thing. That's the reason why we brought him in, was to kind of hopefully revive his career and then move on from him. Because I don't think we actually wanted to keep him for the long term and make him a DP. I know there's an incentive in his contract, but
that's our favorite thing, those DP incentives, baby.
I think that's more like, hey, if you get here, then I guess, we're cool with it. But I don't think that was the actual intention. I think the whole point of bringing him in was to hopefully revive his career and then ship him somewhere.
It ain't reviving for nothing. He ain't reviving nothing.
Maybe not, but I still would play him in the Club World Cup, because that's like...
I would play him too. There's 3 games. He's obviously gonna play. I just wouldn't play him in this game. But granted, it kind of reminds me of Greg at the World Cup. He didn't play him for the first 3 games and was like, you know what, I'm going to play him against the Netherlands. I think that could happen, like where he plays against PSG. But again, potato. It doesn't really matter. Let's read some of the comments. Vamos Sounder said, "Did you see that the ECS was priced out and FIFA isn't allowing them to wave their flags and stuff?" Dude, this is a FIFA competition, bro. Like I'm not super shocked. Like
Yeah.
I think we're all well seasoned in the FIFA realms with how this thing goes. Tiago says J Ross isn't here unless you're talking about Brody. I can understand how these white guys can get a little confusing. Tiago's saying Sounders will beat Botafogo 2-1.
I hope so, brother.
Did we see the new Sounders merch? That's a good question, actually. Did we see? I think I did see it. Do I really care though? Do I think I'll pull it up for us. Give me one sec. The real question is, do we really care?
Not really.
Not really. Yeah.
Is it for the Club World Cup or
no? It's just like some like street clothing brand thing. I think. It was called like Home Team or something like that. Yeah, here it is. One sec.
I have not seen this.
Ken Griffey was wearing like some Home Team. It's like this thing. Here you go.
Ken Griffey?
Yeah, Ken Griffey. The man that was at the Club World Cup draw.
Yeah, that was so random.
Randomly. It's this. I don't know if you guys saw it. It's like this
Marshawn? I can't see.
Yeah, I think it is. Here you go. I'll blow it up for you guys a little bit more
too. That is not Marshawn.
Oh shoot, we're getting. This is John Bell though. I can confirm this is John Bell.
This is John Bell.
Yeah. That's Roger Levesque.
That's James Riley.
Up there. Is James Riley. There's our favorite player, Paul Rothrock. Specifically, Brody's favorite player, actually.
Of course.
There's J. Ross's favorite player.
Here to do be pretty and add shoots.
And this is our make-believe Marshawn Lynch.
Marshawn Lynch.
Marshawn Lynch. All right, let's see. Ocean Hills Detailing says, "Are we linking up prior to the match entrance for beers? I won't be at the game. Guys, everyone that's here, I will be live for both matches tomorrow. I'll be live for the Atletico versus PSG game at noon, and then I will be live for the Botafogo game. But Colin will be there, and J. Ross will be there. So,
yeah, and I'll be doing fan cams after the game if you want to come and give your
and Ocean Hills
opinions.
Detailing. We're doing fan cams again. We're running it back, so be ready for that. In regards to the Inter Miami match, we could pull that up quickly. So they played our good old friends Al Ali. I don't know. Did you guys watch that game?
I did not watch that.
I don't have like whatever the fuck
it's
platform
free.
It was on.
The zone's free.
Didn't watch it.
Then you're an absolute freaking fraud, mate.
Yeah, my fault.
Okay, cool. I got that up for you guys. Yeah, so it ended 0-0.
What a thriller.
Yeah. Apparently, yeah, that's what I heard too. Apparently, both the goalkeepers went off in that game. Yeah, Colin, DAZN is free. You just got to download the app.
I will do that for the rest of the games, I guess.
I mean, good for Inter Miami. We lost when we played Al Ali. Granted, we weren't playing at home, but again, I don't think it makes that big of a difference. It still gives both teams a chance in the group. What is our score prediction for tomorrow? That's a good question. Let's pull up. Let me pull up. What do you guys think? How do we think tomorrow's going to pan out? Okay, before we actually do score predictions, I think what would be fun is if we did what do we think the starting lineup should be? Yeah. This is like my favorite thing to do during a live.
I will tell you the exact starting lineup.
Okay, and you're actually normally pretty good at this, Brody. I won't lie.
Yeah.
Everyone else chime in while we do this. Let me change the colors actually quickly. Okay, Fry. Agreed. We don't want to start Andrew Thomas, or do we want to go with a thriller and say, who's our third string keeper?
Is this what we should do, or what we think?
Do we have like Castro, Jacob Castro?
Yeah, Jacob Castro. Should we play Jacob Castro ball?
I think maybe it's his chance.
I think it is his chance.
I don't think we're gonna just pack it in like that, boys.
We're gonna.
I don't think we're gonna pack it in on the first game.
Personally, I would start Kalani, but it's not gonna happen. Alex
If we're
Roldan.
predicting, then it's gonna be
Ye-
Alex. Yeah.
Yeah.
But would
I
we
would
all
start
agree? Would we
Kalani.
start Kalani though?
Yes.
I would
yes.
start Kalani. Yeah.
Okay.
I think he's earned it.
I just don't think Brian has the balls to do it. So
No, Brian has no balls anymore.
Which is, by the way, kind of crazy because like it's not to me it's not a ballsy thing
It's
to
not.
do.
It's not.
Kalani's just as good, if not better,
Better.
than Alex. You're
I
like
know.
kind of
Yeah.
at the very least, it's like a 1-for-1 swap at the very least.
But there's like a 7-year age gap between the two.
Yeah, it's not.
See,
ballsy,
Roca
it's just
Roca
he-
wanted Andrew Thomas.
Nah.
See,
I mean, it
Vamos
is a good
Sounder says,
opportunity, I guess.
I would start Kalani. The worst thing that could happen is he gets cooked. Best thing that can happen is he clamps the winger and raises his value. To be
Yeah,
fair,
don't-
Alex Roldan has like crazy market value.
It's
Reagan,
the biggest.
Bell.
By the way, the biggest fraud transfer market value I've ever seen. It's like 4.5 million or
that's
something.
okay. That's
stupid.
insane. That's actually
wild.
insane.
Dude, I am worried for my life for Bell. I'm actually worried for these two. Dude, this defense is
We're just getting
bad.
penetrated.
I'm
Holy
worried.
shit.
I'm absolutely worried.
I'm
They're-
on my knees when I see this
Dude, their
defensive line.
striker, Igor Jesus, their striker in cup competitions is lethal. Especially last year when they won.
He carried him in the
he was
Libertadores.
lethal.
Roca, can
and-
you confirm this? Roca, we need you to confirm.
He was good. He was good.
Yeah.
And I don't think we can mark him inside the box. I really don't. Honestly.
Dude, we can't even play defense.
Yeah, I think
I mean, if we can't mark it against Minnesota, or we can't mark against Vancouver Whitecaps,
Or against Rios from Vancouver,
Yeah,
their backup
exactly.
striker.
yeah, then what makes you think we're gonna lock him up?
Igor. The worst part is if they start Igor Jesus and say they don't have any goals or they need to pack in more goals, in comes Correa. Granted, he wasn't that great of a player at Inter, but it's like, I mean, obviously there's levels to this.
Yeah, exactly. Against us,
All
it'll
right.
be a problem, probably.
Yeah, this defense bad. All right, midfield Vargas and Roldan. This is our only saving grace. See, Roldan. Okay, agreed. I think
Yeah,
that's when we
and
can
then-
all
Yeah.
unanimously agree, and that will happen. Is it Kent on left or Pedro on right, or vice versa? What do we think?
Yeah, just what Thiago said. Should we start Kent? To me, absolutely, and we will start Kent. I feel like that was part of the agreement of him coming in here.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say there. I
Yeah.
feel like there's something in his clause that he said, "I'm playing all the Club World Cup games."
Yeah.
Okay, so
And he
Roca
should.
said that their right back is not as good as the rest of the team, so Kent could have some fun. So assuming he plays
If he
left, yeah.
He
Yeah,
could.
let me see.
in a hypothetical world, he could have fun, but will we let him have fun?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The right back isn't as good as the rest of the team. Kent should have some fun. Yeah. Well, will Brian let him have fun?
Exactly.
That's the question. Oh, so Igor Jesus is what we hoped Ferreira was going to be for us. I see.
See that this is everything he's describing is not good for us. This
I
build-up's
know.
crazy. That's not good for us.
It's gonna go worse and
Decent
worse.
dribbling.
All
not
right,
good
we'll
for
let
us in box.
we'll let the chat vote on this. Who should start at striker? And while the chat decides that, I need to go grab my food. So be right back.
Good finishing and positioning. Like that is very, very bad news.
That's probably the worst thing that we could have heard when we have Reagan and John Bell in our back line. But
Yeah, if we just even had one, for me, it just comes down to if we had Yamar, the big veteran, the guy who sorts everything out and organizes everything like that, then I wouldn't be mad if it's either Bell or Reagan, but it's both, and we just seen how that's gone the last 2 games. Ooh,
yeah,
brutal, man.
yeah.
He saved Brazil national. So okay, so he's played for the national team. Wow. Okay. Fucking damn. That's not good.
That's really not good.
All right. Well, we got 2 mooses already.
We got
Yeah.
3 actually.
Oh yeah, we
So-
probably had one
so,
up there, but
I mean,
these last
okay,
2
I'm not-
moose.
I'm not against Moose starting.
What I'm hearing is Musovski stand begins. The propaganda for Danny
that's what
What I'm
we're
Musovski.
hearing
hearing.
is he's the
I'm-
goat.
I'm not like against it. I just think, sometimes needs to be a little more clinical. And if he's not clinical against,
Dude, I thought your favorite player was Jordan Morris. He's the most clinical
I
player out
hate
there.
I've hated on Jordan for like 3 years. I don't know where you're getting this from.
I think Musovski is the option you want to go with if you're looking for the most clinical. It's really bad. It's like picking
No, I know
between
that's funny,
just
Brody, because that is actually I agree with you. I was about to say that too. I think
like
if
it
you
is
want your
sad.
most clinical option,
He's been our
yeah,
most clinical striker this year. And it's crazy to say
statistically,
that. And if that's
yeah,
what you're wanting, then you would start him. It just depends. I think it all just depends what you want out of this. If you're wanting to
I
actually
love
try and
this.
compete, then Musovski is a good option
Moose
with what we
because he could
have.
score tappins.
If you're wanting to go the route that Colin and I said, then I think you start
It's kind of
Pereira.
like going the route of what Botafogo are doing. Like it's
Well, what do you
because they
know? Yeah,
actually have a system for that.
Roka, what do you know about their center backs and their defense in general? Like, are they pacey? Are they just smart? Like
I
their
mean, I know their
positioning wise?
goalkeeper's an absolute beast.
Yeah, I seen a few clips of his when I was doing
Yeah,
the
he's an
preview. I was like,
absolute
yeah, man,
beast.
he would be one of the best keepers, if not the best, in the MLS. So
Yeah. What do you guys think? You think this is the accurate lineup? I mean, fuck.
for me, this is exactly the lineup, except Ferreira up top.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for me,
We
this
had
is.
too
I
much
know
we
this
had
is
too much fun
exactly
at
the
the
same.
striker position. We shouldn't have let that happen. We had to
Oh
we
yeah, we're not allowed to have fun. Neither is
yeah, we're
Ryan
not.
Kent.
Neither is Ryan
Okay,
Kent.
so yeah.
I don't know. I know Brody talked about it a little bit in the video. Like it's I think for Sounders fans, you definitely have to look at this as going in with fun. I think, but the thing is that I always look at it as like I want to see the Sounders win. I want to see us have our best chance. Like even when we used to have those friendlies against like Man United, Chelsea, Tottenham, West Ham, I wanted to see us win them. Like I remember in 2014 when we played Tottenham, I was like, dude, our team could actually beat this Tottenham team. Like I was so into that friendly. So
Yeah.
like it just kind of bums me out that we didn't like again, I know we weren't gonna build a team to win the Club World Cup or anything, but like, have like players that
A
could
fighter's
give us a
chance.
small chance,
Yeah,
That's what kind of bugs me and
which is
makes me sad.
since you bring up the Man United friendly, when someone in the chat said, "Should we start Thomas?" I just had flashbacks of Terry Boss playing in 6 1/2. I was like, "No, no, no, just start Fry, man. Just start Fry,
Remember
please."
when Brian Meredith was the goalkeeper and Lukaku absolutely sat him down multiple times? It wasn't even like
Yeah.
prime Lukaku. We're talking young Lukaku.
Remember Jeff Park getting sat down
Yeah,
by
he got
Lukaku? Oh.
destroyed by Lukaku. Yeah, he
Dude,
got
that was the Montero.
absolutely.
That was the Montero legacy game. Which,
That
by the
was the
way, bro, like that just shows you that's a preseason. I think for them friendly. Montero
That's
went
basically
off
what got him on the map to go into Sporting
exactly.
Lisbon. Yeah.
Yeah. So in a competitive tournament,
It's
we
the
have
same and
guys
it's
that
the
if they
same thing
can,
for Yedlin. That friendly against
yeah,
Tottenham is what put him on the radar for
exactly,
Tottenham.
exactly. Like, bro, this is a real like it's a real thing that we could have these players in our team perform well and get moves because of it.
Yeah.
You know.
And again, I think the three, even though you guys may not agree with me with Georgie, but I think the three key players in this is Pedro, Georgie, and Obed. But I think Obed's is like it's almost like the icing on the cake with Obed. For Georgie, he's just got to keep doing what he's been doing, and then more people will see it. With Pedro, I think he has a little bit more of a steep hill, in my opinion, anyway. I still think obviously there's interest in him, but it's like I don't think so. Like when putting myself in the head of Craig Weibel, which it hurts a lot to think about. There is interest from Botafogo, of course, but it's
Yeah.
like I don't know how sure they are of pulling this because if Botafogo puts in a half decent offer, I don't know why Sounders wouldn't consider it. What I'm thinking the situation is oh, we're kind of interested in Pedro, but it's like it's kind of too much of a risk because he's kind of just not been consistent. He's kind of just not been fully fit.
Well, here's the thing for me. I think a club or just clubs in general looking to sign a player, I don't think they're I think for me Pedro just has to show qualities that he has. Like the dribbling, the quick play,
And
like
the
vision, stuff like
finishing.
this. If he can show some of these qualities, I think that alone, regardless if he puts up big numbers, will be like enough reason for people to see him and be like, "Hey, this guy has attributes that I think that we can make into something." And then they'll buy him based off of that. So I don't think necessarily he has to look the best in the system because the Sounders system, like for wingers, is a bit hellish to be honest with you. So like, I think he just needs to show some of the qualities that he has shown for us, and I think that could be enough for a team to be
Is
interested.
isn't it crazy? We haven't had a winger like Marco Papa since Marco Papa, and he wasn't even like a God's given gift type player. Like in regards to like, I don't
Yeah,
know, just like what I don't get how we can't find a guy in this day and age that like played like Marco Papa, the big 2025.
yeah.
Tiago says great lineup. This is basically all our best players. I think what bums me out is I really felt the Kim Yamar link up was really starting to cook.
Yeah,
But
that's our
center
best
back duo.
lineup for sure. Yeah, our
Yep,
best
I
center back
agree.
duo.
I
We are
think
far away from our best lineup in terms of the defenders, but I will say Tiago is very optimistic. Says we'll
I
have a
like
good
that.
chance with this lineup.
More info from Roca. Fielho is a crazy good prospect defender. Played for Santos. Name, yeah, we know Santos. Don't worry. Tall, sharp with ball. All things we don't want to be hearing.
That's
Botafogo
not
will
good
attack the high
either.
line of its defenders a lot, and their delay in rebuilding the defense. I don't
By the way,
totally. Yeah,
so just real quick, this is a matchup nightmare for like if we start for up top. Like tall, super quick, kind of just negates the things that Ferreira is good at, like being able to make good runs. Like he's going to get tracked down. Is the center back apparently doesn't have an aerial presence, but Ferreira doesn't either. So it's like, oh, okay, cool, awesome. So anything that he's good at just is nullified now.
but you
That's
know
cool.
who does though? Kind of
Moose,
Danny Musovsky.
Jordan
Musovsky.
Morris
Yeah.
does.
No. This is funny. Elliot's like, why is Pedro Del Vega's jawline in Mace look so muscular? Shout out to our graphic designer. I don't know. Maybe he just wanted his cheekbones to pop.
Yeah,
They
he's smogging in
also
that
have
photo.
Bastos, a really good defender, but I think he is still injured. Was the starter in the Libertadores and Brazilian title? Oh, we can't forget about De Rosario, huh?
Yeah, Osase, this would be a good. I feel like Osase, bro.
I feel like you're the
If
only
we're
one that's
going,
on this Osase train. Like, I just don't see a.
I see there's some qualities about Osase that I do like. Like I think he's got good hold up play. I think he can. His technical ability is probably better than Musovski's, which is not saying a whole
Dude,
lot.
let's
But
just be real. All our strikers just suck. I
I
can't
don't
believe
think Jordan Morris
we're 3
sucks.
years.
I don't think
We're
Jordan
three.
Morris sucks. I
Jordan
don't
Morris
think he
is
sucks.
okay.
I think he's. I think he's. I think he's solid
Well, that's pretty close to okay. What's the difference? He's solid and he's
because
okay.
okay is like will get you like 8 to 10 goals. Like Jordan's solid. He'll
That
get you
is
like
Jordan's average
13 to
season,
15.
though. That's his
When he's
average.
playing striker though, he's up towards like 13, 14, 15.
All right,
The
so
only thing the
okay.
only
I
thing
guess I
he's
can. I
missing,
guess I can see the differentiation there a little.
yeah, I mean it's like 5 more goals in the season. I mean that's a
I
lot of
guess
goals.
that's true. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
I'd say put Osase in the 70th for maybe depends. What's the score line at the 70th minute? How are
Uh,
your fullbacks when facing wingers who are looking for 1v1 dribbling? Do they do well against the type of attackers? Depends. I think Kent can do a lot, but Kent's been in a little bit of a rut. It just depends.
I think well, let's talk
How
about fullbacks.
yeah,
So
how are our fullbacks when
we have
facing
Nuhu.
wingers?
I mean, I think
Oh,
he's a
he's talking
great
about us.
one-on-one defender, but he's not the best at decision making. Sometimes, and then if we're gonna play Alex, I think it's okay.
Well, Here's the thing. So Alex isolated 1v1 against a Brazilian league attacker. I don't like that at all. And Nuhu, generally speaking,
Let's get
like
Brody's real thoughts on Nuhu.
yeah, Nuhu, generally speaking. Okay, but this question, granted, is about 1v1s. So Nuhu should be fine, but I will say Nuhu's been getting cooked
Brody, what's your
recently.
real thoughts on Nuhu?
Yeah, I just don't think Nuhu's very good. I mean, I will say,
Brody, let's get
terrible.
your real thoughts on what you think about Nuhu.
Listen, bro. All right, that was like peak. That was like the crash out has just begun. You know what I mean? I would say maybe terrible is a bit of an over exaggeration, but I don't rate him. I don't think he's very good, all things considered.
Brody was running the social medias like he was Donald Trump on those tweets.
Like Elon.
Yeah, seriously, that shit was funny.
uh,
Okay, let's do like a little just to close off. By the way, everyone, if you haven't already, make sure to smash a like on the stream, or if you're watching this as a video, make sure to like, comment, give us your thoughts. How do we think this game's going to pan out? What do we want to see from the Sounders for their best possible result? Because honestly, there is a world where the Sounders could win this game. If out of the 3 games, if they could win one, it could be this one. The only thing is this is the game where the opposition will be 100% in it. There is a chance with Atletico, PSG, they're 90% in it, 70% in it, 60% in it. Botafogo is going 100%. Game 1, opening match. They want to set the tempo because we are the minnows in this group. What is best case scenario? What is worst case scenario? How do we think this will pan out? Everyone in the live right now, make sure to give us your thoughts too. Colin, we'll let you go first.
I think best case scenario in this game, I think we can maybe if we squeak out an early goal, we somehow manage to squeak out like a 1-0 lead. I think worst case scenario here, we lose by like 4 or 5, and I think that's probably being realistic here.
So you think we could win 1-0 or lose 4 or 5-0?
Yeah, I mean, I think this could really swing either way here. I definitely think we are more likely to lose here with these 2 center backs. But yeah,
I mean, I think this is going to be our 2 center backs throughout the whole tournament, like the whole tournament.
yeah, that's pretty worrying, But
Brody,
yeah, I think I'm pretty firm in a 4-1 loss, honestly, and that's like. Listen, man, like you said, this is the game where Botafogo, like, they need 3 points from this game. They need it, and Sounders have just been, like, when you combine the fact of the injuries and just the bell to ass to a B team, the few game skid we've been on, along with by the way, along with the Club World Cup pay, which hasn't been resolved. I just feel like this is just
their
setting up
head's not
for
in the.
absolute bell to ass.
I was gonna add too, because I was gonna say maybe a part of the players' heads is not in the game. Like speaking as someone, like let's use Iran as an example at the recent World Cup with all the situations that was going on with the women life freedom protesting. It got in the players' heads and they got absolutely spanked 6-2 to England. Like, and Brody knows that's like unheard of for Iran because they're such a defensive national team, and they let 6 dropped on them. So again, that's a bit of a different example, but in regards to like maybe their head is not totally in it, with like thinking about the protests and things like that. So that is a good point too.
Yeah, and then the best case scenario, here's the thing, even with what Colin said, like an early Sounders goal, I don't think we're gonna be able to defend for that long, honestly. Like, let's say we get a goal,
Yeah.
let's even for fun, just for fun. Let's say we get 2 goals. We're gonna
Okay,
have to sit back
Who
and
scored?
defend.
Who scores the 2 goals? Musovski?
I honestly think like Albert Rusnak penalty kick. Like,
Oh,
it's kind
okay,
of
yeah,
like
that's actually quite
That's-
realistic.
yeah.
It's quite
yeah,
realistic.
or yeah, Albert Rusnak PK, maybe free kick.
No, I don't see free kick. I'm gonna have to cut you
I think
on that one.
I think if anyone scores, it'll be a Rusnak. Because here's our
No,
biggest.
you're right. I
chance
agree.
of
I funnily
scoring.
enough agree with you.
Our biggest chance of scoring is the penalty kick. Okay, but also, like, I could see a world where like Ryan Kent or Pedro beats someone, played across the box. Albert's there to finish it. I mean, that's been a few of his goals this season.
I could
So-
see Roldan Christian on a set piece, like something scramble, corner, or free kick that's crossed in. He's done it a handful of times throughout the years. So
But here's the thing: like, let's say Albert gets the PK. This is exactly what I think is going to happen. If we score early, we sit back, but we're not going to be good enough to defend for that long.
yeah,
So I would say, let's say 10 minutes in, we get an early goal. I said we try and sit back. We give up 2 goals. We try to go forward. They put it in an extra 3rd or 4th.
So one thing I want to see the chat's thoughts on it. I actually think the longer it stays 0-0, I think the more benefits the Sounders.
Yeah,
Because I think if we score early, like I think it might like fuck us up a little bit. Like, oh shit, like what do we do now? Like I didn't think we're gonna make it this far. Like, what am I supposed to do?
if I'm the Sounders, I'm not sitting back if we score. I'm not sitting back.
But dude, it's Brian Ball though.
That's what will happen, yeah. But I still, I don't think I would sit back. No, I'm not confident enough in that back line to just sit back the rest of the game.
Roca says what I want, 1-0 Sounders, reality 3-1 Botafogo. Sam just says 3 losses in a row. Vamos Sounders says best case scenario, we lose 2-0. Worst case, dude, that's actually a crazy like best case. 2-0 win against Botafogo would be insane. But then his worst case is really bad.
Yeah. I think best case we get a point.
Yeah.
Positive thought, Botafogo's still adapting with their new coach, so could help hope for an easier match than should be by their real quality when in peak. I could absolutely see Albert score a PK, and then we try to park the bus and end up conceding 4. For me, I'm with Brody. I was going to say it before anyway. A best case Sounders get a draw. I could see a 1-1. Maybe like Botafogo's up 2-1 for a long period of the game. We nick one at the end. Like a scrappy goal, we nick one at the end.
See, but that's like a Jordan Morris goal. Like when things are ugly and it's bouncing around and Jordan's kind of just there.
Yeah.
He scored a few of those goals. I just don't see that happening without him in the game, to be honest.
Dude, Osase de Rosario, bro. Legacy game incoming.
Osase agenda.
Osase agenda. Keep it rolling. Yeah, I'll say best case scenario, draw. Worst case scenario, I think we lose. I don't think we're going to lose by 4 or 5 goals. I could see like 3-0, 3-1.
Yeah, 3-1, 4-1. That's kind of where I'm at.
I can't see more than 3 though. Okay, wait. John Bell legacy.
Bro, I could see more than 3. I really could, man.
I can't.
Yeah, because you have to think from the Sounders' perspective. If at all the team is trying to win.
I think because of also the Vancouver game throws in a wrench for me. Like that was Vancouver's not even their best team, and we were pretty much playing the lineup we're most likely going to be playing in this game.
This is the game that the Sounders have the best chance of winning. I think the team knows that. I think Brian knows that. I don't see us like really sitting back unless we have a lead or points. Like, so I could see where the floodgates open up and it's just like goal after goal after goal, especially with the backups in.
Could we see Sounders playing 5 in the back? I didn't even think about mentioning this.
I don't think we have the center backs for that. Like
we don't have the how you should have phrased it, Colin. I don't think we have the facilities for that.
Stu's hurt too. Stewart's out for a while too. We didn't even bring that up. So really, for this game, it's Reagan, it's Bell, and it's Kim who's just coming back from injury.
Well, I guess
you'd move Nuhu in.
Yeah, Nuhu. It would be like Nuhu, Reagan, Bell. You play our favorite player, Paul Rothrock, on the left wing back, and then Alex Roldan right wing back. Like that, but we could. But the thing is, if any other center back gets injured, you're fucked.
Let's go. Let's explore a 5-back formation real quick. So let's say we go 5-back.
Here, one second. I'll pull it up. Yeah. This is the last thing we're going to talk about, and we're going to call it a day because I want to go eat. Because I'm going to be streaming for you guys for 4 hours possibly tomorrow.
What did you get to eat?
Indian food.
Nice.
I'm trying to get a good 5 in the back, but this doesn't like doing 5 in the back. We'll just do some shit like this. Who cares? Okay, bang, 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 bang. But then that kind of like jeopardizes Rusnak a little bit, huh?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, in my 5-back.
Yeah, and Rusnak is Craig Weibel's like, dude, his favorite pegging train. You know, like he needs. Here you go. Okay, so 5 in the back. Jacob Castro.
We're all in agreement.
We're all in agreement.
We are all in agreement.
Alex Roldan. Okay, so it'd be
how about this, bro? Wait, real quick. Since we're doing a lineup that's probably not going to happen, let's put Kalani in there, bro. Just for.
I mean, I would start Kalani over Alex in every scenario we just talked about.
Exactly, bro. This is our 5 in the back. This is not what we're probably going to do.
This is not.
So get Kalani in there.
Okay, I just put Bell. Kalani. We're not going to put the full name. All right. Would we start? Okay, but this is ours.
I would start Reed. I would start Reed.
Reed.
Oh.
Dude, that's
Yeah, left wing
I'm
back.
not gonna lie, all around the left
I would
wing back
start
spot
Reed.
is an L.
Yeah. Who do
I
we
mean,
even
this would
have
have
to
been
play
this
there?
would have been the prime Areola spot, but I'm gonna
But-
go with Reed.
We could play Alex at left wing back too. I actually would prefer that out of the two other options.
True, yeah, cut in a little in-swing cross action. Yeah,
Fuck it, let's do
Cody
it.
Baker's time to shine.
I think. Yeah, actually, I
I'm
think
cool
I
with Cody Baker. I was just talking to Cody, funnily enough. So I'll put Cody in.
Obed
Okay.
Christian because they're gonna
But
cover.
what about
Snack
Albert?
Hitter. But Albert,
surely,
bro,
surely go Christian
cannot
Orban
play.
and then Albert up top because Craig Weibel will not allow Rusnak to be
Albert
on the
false
bench here.
nine.
Albert
False
Falls.
nine. Bro, he can't play in this midfield. There's too much ground to cover in the middle. Absolutely no shot. It would have to be Obed and Christian,
Yeah,
and
but-
then Kent, Pedro, and then the Moosinator.
This is a horror show.
Man.
Okay, here you go. Falls 9. Bam. 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 What do
Damn.
you think? Superb lineup?
I actually fuck with this lineup. I'm not gonna lie, dude.
This might give us a better chance than the other one, to be honest.
I gotta fuck with it, man.
What do you
I
guys
mean,
think? What does the chat think?
Here's the
Tell
thing,
me-
bro. Like this, I feel like this would help the marking in the box thing. You got 3 center backs. You already know Kalani's gonna.
Oh,
hustle
get
and be back.
Bernie in here.
Leo
Yeah,
Bernie.
Bernie
What a
in
fucking
there.
Hasn't
debut
played
that would be,
all
seriously.
season. Hasn't
Yeah,
played
gets
all.
dropped in the Club World Cup.
I think we just wait till PSG to
Is he
start
even
him.
healthy? Is bro even healthy?
I
Yeah,
would
I
assume
think
first
he
of all,
is.
Oh, dude, yeah, we what are we even talking about? We're dropping Rusnak.
Oh, good
Let's
shout.
go.
Good shout.
That's nice. That's
Yeah.
RO.
There you
How
go.
dare you disrespect De Rosario by calling him De Rosario.
It's fine.
De Rosario legacy outing will increase his transfer value by $2 million if you start him this game, guaranteed.
I think
Uh,
backline is cooked. I
yeah,
know that.
I think
That's.
We're
I think in
trying,
any
guys.
situation the backline is cooked. I agree.
We're trying, guys. We really are, man.
All right. Before we end the stream, everybody, it's happening tomorrow. Club World Cup. What is everyone's hopes, dreams, wishes, optimisms, fears? This a campfire talk. Let's wrap it up with that. We got 5 minutes to wrap it up. Chat, you all chime in as well. It's actually happening. It begins. We'll be live for the games. We dropped our preview for it. Brody, we'll let you start this one. Your campfire thoughts.
Biggest thing I'm hoping for is good performances out of the players that can realistically increase their value or get looks outside of the MLS for a transfer. That's my biggest goal. So Obed masterclass, Pedro masterclass, Ferreira masterclass. Sean shaking his head, but listen, that's my biggest goal, honestly.
Okay, Colin.
I think our biggest goal should just not to be like anally penetrated every game, and maintain, some sort of like integrity, I guess, and show that we're not like absolutely god awful compared to the rest of the world, and we're just worse. I think that would be a decent result.
We're just
for
bad,
us.
not terrible.
Yeah.
Our boy Oklahoma kid, goated member on the channel, by the way. He's
Where's
saying
that?
1-1-1. That's what he's hoping for. Jack, also goated subscriber on the channel, saying not to get P Diddy'd.
So basically, what Colin said.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically what Colin said. Bombo Sounders, let's just not get played off the park. We have to pray Fry locks in. Will we see another Brody crash out tomorrow? Brody won't be at the game, so he can hop. He's probably going to hop in at the end of the stream where we will talk about the game and whatnot. So there.
And I would
It-
say I don't think there would have to be some crazy ass scenario.
What's a
for
crash out? What's a crash out scenario for you? 6-0? Has to. 6-0 has to be a
I-
crash.
I-
Even I would be upset.
I'd be upset, but I don't think I'm crashing out because realistically, I don't like that. To me, is a realistic outcome. Like the four.
That's crazy. That isn't that kind of sad though? Like a 6-0 is
It
kind of
is sad, yeah. But listen, bro, we lost what 4-0 to Vancouver's B team. That's a crash out. Like
I think
that
it
is
was 3-0,
a
but yeah.
3-0. Yeah, What's the fucking difference at that point? It was that was a justified crash out. Like I don't see myself. Like it would have to be probably 7, if not more,
That's the
maybe.
threat cut off.
But I still don't think I'm crashing out harder. I think I would crash out if we had a chance to get anything from a game, and like a player fucks up super bad, or Brian fucks up super bad. I think that would be a more likely crash out scenario. Let's
What's
say
like Brian fucking up? You'd say.
let's say like we're up by somehow some way
Oh,
up
like we
2 to
blow a
1.
2-goal lead. Like
Yeah, we're up like 2-0 or something, and then Brian makes a few bad subs. Maybe a fucking
doesn't
Rothrock
yeah.
giveaway or some shit leads to a goal. And
That's
then like John Bell
when
giveaway leads
Rothrock
to
is
a goal.
involved. That's when Brody's fumes start coming out.
Bro, even if that happened to Kent, I would crash out at Kent, bro, because this is the tournament that Kent came here to be in. This is the whole reason why he came here.
That is
So
the
I'm
whole reason he's
expecting,
here.
yeah. So I would crash out over that too, but I think that's the most likely scenario is if we blow a chance to get anything. I think
Roka's in the same boat as you, 7-0 or more. Miguel says 0-10. All right. I guess we'll conclude it with my final campfire thoughts. I mean, I'll be live for all 3 games. If you guys are there, you'll be witnessing it. If you're going to be along for the journey, if you'll be at the game, we're doing fan cams for every single one of the matches. Colin and Brody are going to be running them. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I don't know what can I hope for. Play with some cojones, I'll say, because honestly, I feel like I haven't seen this team play with cojones for a long, long time. Like, forget about the protest stuff. Like, it's over at this point. I understand. Like we were with the players too, but at this stage, play with some cojones. Make it seem respectable. You guys worked hard to get to this point, so don't spurn it. Because I get these teams are really good, but like everyone, as Siggy Schmidt once said when we played Chelsea in a friendly, everyone puts their pants on the same way. So no one's that much better than you. Like they're not like you're all talented. You're here for a reason. So yeah, make it respectable.
Yep.
But I think that's what we'll end the stream here, folks. We've been live for an hour. Boys and girls, if you guys watched this, big shout out to you if you made it to the end. Everyone that's here live, big shout out to you if you haven't already. Smash the like button on this stream. We will be live tomorrow. We'll be doing fan cams at the match, after the match tomorrow. We're going to be live for PSG Atletico. We're going to be live for Sounders Botafogo. It's going to be a long day. Lots of content. Fan cams, lives, vlog from J. Ross. Stay tuned. And boys and girls, we hope you all have a lovely day.